I was pretty much kept in a room for most of the time. I was told what I could wear, what I couldn't wear, just mental, emotional abuse, physical abuse. And I actually had to kick them off of me because I said no, that I didn't want to have sex, and they still tried to put their hands down my pants. It just continuously progressed to needing more to drink, and then eventually the drinking wasn't cutting it, so then I needed to do something to pick me up, and that's when the cocaine got involved. I was feeding the bad wolf for too long, and I had to start feeding the good wolf.
今天这个主人公的名字叫 Amanda， 故事还要从去年圣诞节说起。由于近年来加币对美元的持续贬值，许多美国电影的制作喜欢放到多伦多来完成。我以前是个长发，因为长得不怎么好看，剧组找到我总是饰演一些特性角色，不是演黑帮，就是演僵尸，或者是演一些无家可归的 homeless。有一次 homeless 那场戏，剧组提供给我一身符合这个角色的衣服，我的部分演完之后，剧组就说这身衣服归你了。我也不知道为什么，自从我穿上这身衣服，走在大街上，我就总是感觉很轻松，什么焦虑都没有了。这之后，我就常常换上这身衣服，买杯咖啡，一个人坐在闹市的角落，抬头从另一个角度看着街上人来人往。去年的圣诞前夜，我一个人穿了这身衣服，坐在闹市的角落里放空。身边走过一个相貌姣好的年轻女子，看到我以后停下了脚步，从钱包里掏出来20块钱，放进了我的空咖啡杯里。这个女子是一头金发，颜色浅得发白，以及黑夜也遮不住的湛蓝的眼睛。她接着说：“你饿不饿？我带你去吃点东西吧。”我迅速缓过神来，说：“我饿。”圣诞前夜，多数的店家都早早关门回家过节了，只有麦当劳还开着。他就一口气给我买了2个加大套餐。这时候我就不能再装了，我说我其实不是 homeless。接着我把整个经过告诉了他，他听完笑个不停。我问他：“你圣诞节怎么一个人啊？”他眼含泪光，低头不语，说：“以后我再给你讲我的故事吧。”从那以后，我们就成了朋友。今年夏天，我有了人物访谈的想法，就想到了他，而他爽快地答应了。
I grew up in a loving, caring home. My parents they disciplined me, but not to the extent of being abused. My parents were always there for me whenever I needed them growing up. I have 3 brothers. For my memory, my childhood was always good. I never had any
You have something you want to share, but you don't know how to, right?
Yeah. My dad, growing up, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia when he was younger. He deals with his issues with alcohol. I remember growing up, I wouldn't want to go talk to my dad until he had a drink into him, right? Like, that's when you've seen the joy in his face, right? When he had a drink, right? My family has always struggled with addiction. My aunt as well, and she recently actually just passed away due to that a few years ago. But when she was in treatment, there was a house fire, and my mom went to go help with the house fire, and she just never ended up coming home. So she went to help with the fire, and she got back on the drugs, and she just never ended up coming home. And that kind of gave me the leeway to kind of do whatever I want, because my dad was obviously upset that she had left, and my mom was there for me most of my life, so I listened to her more growing up. So when they had split up, it kind of gave me the freedom to not be free, because I ended up getting in a toxic relationship, right? When I was 14, 15. I was in that relationship until I was 18. I had my first daughter in that relationship. It was a very toxic relationship. I was pretty much kept in a room for most of the time. I was told what I could wear, what I couldn't wear. Just mental, emotional abuse, physical abuse. Obviously the relationship was good at first, and then it got worse. But I don't blame him for being abusive to me, because if that's how maybe he dealt with his abuse, and he used me as an outreach to abuse me because he felt safe with me. I don't know, but I was luckily able to get out of that relationship. But when I had got out of that relationship, I was distraught and I was broken, so I turned to drugs and alcohol, and I was lost for 6 or 7 years of my life, just trying to get myself clean and get myself to back to where I was, and I wasn't able to do it because I never did the inner work that I needed to do. I never resolved the inner pain and dealt with the pain. Luckily, I was able to realize that that wasn't the way I should be treated, and I was able to leave him after we had an incident. And like I said, I had turned to drugs and alcohol because I didn't have anyone else to turn to. It just continuously progressed to needing more to drink, and then eventually the drinking wasn't cutting it, so then I needed to do something to pick me up, and that's when the cocaine got involved, and then the cocaine wasn't working, and that's when the rock got involved, and then that's when the other stuff got involved, because once I was high off on the rock, then I needed something to come down with, right? And that's when I used heroin. Like, so my second serious relationship was when I was 27, and that's when I had my middle daughter. Yeah, so actually when I had my second daughter, the father was in jail. I was able to stay clean for the most part. I'd still smoked weed. I was 6 months that I was actually completely clean until my ex had returned home. Just being around the wrong crowd, that those old habits slowly entered back into my life. He ended up getting back into drugs badly. The CES got involved. My first daughter, I had lost custody of, and I haven't seen her in like 8 years.
Amanda 前后有3个女儿，因为毒品问题，全部失去了监护权。正是因为失去女儿的痛苦，让她开始下定决心戒毒。到我采访她的这一天， Amanda 已经4年没有碰过毒品了。我再次见到她的时候，她比去年圣诞时候状态更好。她开始通过写书和创作诗歌来自我疗愈。她逐渐找回了自我，并逐渐开始意识到导致她生活混乱的问题根源。她父母面对问题和矛盾，永远是用酒精和毒品来面对，这也是她在她父母那里学到的。而这一家庭传统已经代际相传很多代了，每一代如此传递，没有人有能力或有勇气去斩断它。Amanda 希望从她这里可以通过自己的意识，结束这种有毒的代际循环。
Like, I was hoping to have someone to be able to look up to and to be able to guide me in the right direction, just because they were doing the same thing that I wanted to. But then after kind of realizing that they wanted to have sex with me, and it's like I'm not letting myself be used again. It's like I need to get myself to where I need to be and do what I need to do for me. They weren't ever physically abusive. There was times, that I said I didn't want to have sex, and they still pushed sex on me. Last time, actually, they just came over last night, and I actually had to kick them off of me. Because I said no, that I didn't want to have sex, and they still tried to put their hands down my pants. I said no, that's like I said, I don't want to have sex. It's like the bad wolf and the good wolf, right? It's like you feed the bad wolf or the good wolf, and it's like I was feeding the bad wolf for too long, and I had to start feeding the good wolf. I get thoughts in my head, and it's just like, I know some of those thoughts are still that bad energy trying to resurface, and I have to tell myself that that's not my way of thinking anymore. I wanted to be able to heal my pain. I didn't want to pass on my pain and my trauma to my children. Pain doesn't last forever. You know what I mean? Things do get better. As long as you surround yourself with positive people, supportive people, and it makes it so much easier if you do.